Any other technical question, or maybe about the workflow, how Robert works, or something like that? What's your name?
My name is Chris. I'm from Sweden. I had a question about your drums because many years ago you said about your opinion of loops, and you always cut them up, and and also about your kick drums and how you process your drums.
What you mean about the loops? That?
Yeah, because I heard in an interview some years ago you said about it's always better to use cut up out the samples of the loops than to use the full loops.
Yeah, well that's my opinion, because I always use like different claps and hi-hats, and I have a sample bank here that I'm using all the time, but that's really funny. This is the native instrument machine. That's the analog drum computer, but I have all the plugins here, so if I go here and, you know, all those different claps, I think these are the best design sounding claps. It goes on and on. Look at this. So yeah, I actually always use these loops, and of course, like anybody else in this room, I'm a big fan of Vengeance. Who isn't? No, but it's great, you know, working with those loops. Oh, not this one. Here you go. Maybe I like this hi-hat, you know, and then I just sample the very first beginning of it and just cut it up. I know anybody else in this room is using Logic, but a great feature is here the flex tool. You can actually slice. He's slicing it for you, and now you can do anything with the loop you want. So maybe I just want to use the very first beginning, and I don't want to use this big hi-hat because I want to use another hi-hat, and I just get rid of the hi-hat. That's actually how I work, because I think this hi-hat really sucks. Chains, that's it, there you go. Maybe one time bigger. Take his hi-hat out as well. That's actually, and even with what I said about the flex tool, now it's flexed, and now you can actually change. It's not working now. 1 second. Here you go. Now you can change the BPM as well. I know Ableton users are like, woo, we go back in the days, but for Logic users this is really impressive. And if it comes to the kick drums, I always start a fresh kick drum. I have a couple of kick drums I'm always using, and for the EDM drops, it's more about the bass line, so the small bass line on your kick, than just a simple kick. I have my own kick collection from the tracks I produced, and I actually always start with those kick drums. So here you have the 3 triangles, Spaceman. All these kicks are, by the way, they're made with the plugin called Bassism. It's a really ugly plugin, but it works really well. It's the same plugin that Sweet House Mafia has used for the track 1. And it's a plugin that you can actually only make kick drums with it. And then when I have the Bassism, I just, you know, start EQing and compressing till I have the right kick drum.
Yeah, but I think that you can also make those kicks from there's a new plugin by Nicky Romero that came out last year that was called Kick. I think also I started using it, and I think it's very beautiful.
I know the kick drum. I know that plugin. It's funny when you open the plugin, you hear this kick drum.
Yeah, because that's yeah.
And I think my track is released before that plugin, so
yeah.
Sure where that came from. So you're using the Hardwell kick, so now you know.